Is Melania Trump getting revenge on Donald Trump by again refusing his hand? Things continue to look frosty between Donald and Melania Trump, especially since revelations about his alleged porn star affair came to light last month. And on Monday, the president's latest attempt at a public display of affection and unity appeared to again be rebuffed by the First Lady. The first couple were spotted leaving the White House for Ohio on Marine One. A clip from NBC News showed the president reaching for his wife's right hand, and what people on Twitter say was a failure to connect. In the awkward moment, Trump instead got a handful of her coat sleeve. Newsweek said, "That's because the First Lady wore her yellow Ralph Lauren coat draped over her shoulders." Then again, she often wears her coat draped over her shoulders, like her sunglasses and stiletto heels. This way of wearing a coat has become one of Melania Trump's signature looks, maybe because it provides a bulwark against unwanted hand-holding, as some on Twitter have noted. But the draped coat strategy didn't stop him from putting his arm around her as they approached the helicopter. Monday's awkward moment follows several weeks of Melania Trump making moves that were perceived by Trump critics and others on social media as her putting distance between herself and the president. Given the humiliation she may have suffered by the widely reported allegations involving porn star Stormy Daniels, Trump critics like Bill Palmer of the Palmer Report wondered if the First Lady's moves have been subtle but highly public acts of revenge. After a couple weeks of keeping a low profile in the wake of the Daniels news, a reportedly furious and blindsided Melania Trump abruptly bailed on accompanying the president on his trip to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. She cited scheduling issues, but those scheduling issues turned out to be a previously unscheduled visit to the Holocaust Memorial Museum, followed by a whirlwind two-day trip to her husband's Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach, Florida, where she reportedly visited the spa. That spa trip, incidentally, likely cost U.S. taxpayers an estimated $64,000 in air travel costs, according to a New York Times report. For last week's State of the Union address, she broke with tradition by arriving separately at the Capitol. She also chose to don a white pantsuit, possibly in homage to suffragists or to the presidential campaign of her husband's political enemy, Hillary Clinton. And when she returned with the president to Florida last Friday, she was seen leaving the plane walking a few steps ahead of him, according to a clip posted by George Bennett, the political reporter for the Palm Beach Post. The clip shows her walking past him while he turns towards her to perhaps take her hand again or to at least walk alongside her. Trump appears to try and recover from her walking past him by turning back to the press and waving. Of course, Trump's awkward attempts at some PDA with his wife have become something of a tradition of the Trump presidency. Most famously was the moment in May 2017, when the couple arrived in Tel Aviv, and Melania Trump appeared to swat away her husband's hand as he reached out to hold hers. That hand swat was promptly dissected for all it might say about the state of their 13-year marriage or the state of Melania Trump's mind when it comes to her husband. A day later, Melania Trump also appeared to avoid holding hands with her husband while they disembarked Air Force One in Rome. The first month of 2018 brought renewed speculation about the state of Trump marriage when the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump's personal lawyer Michael Cohen paid out $130,000 on his behalf to Daniels. The payout, a month before the 2016 election, was allegedly intended to buy Daniels' silence over an affair with Trump, which the Journal said began at the Lake Tahoe celebrity golf tournament in July 2006, 4 months after Melania gave birth to their son Barron. While Trump and Daniels have denied an affair took place, Slate and In Touch magazine both ran earlier interviews in which Daniels shared details of alleged sexual encounters with Trump.